Before the fame, before the fortune, before Hollywood recognized him as a reliable action star, there was a teenage boy on the cold streets of London selling fake perfume. Not as a dare or a joke, but simply to eat. Jason Statham's early life was defined by necessity, not opportunity. No mentors guided him, no scholarships rescued him, no lucky breaks offered him a path. What he had was endurance, pain, and survival instincts sharpened on unforgiving streets. Every coin earned, every glance read, every corner hustled, was a lesson in resilience he would carry forever. Childhood of hardship, born on July 26, 1967, in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, England, Jason grew up in a home where money was always absent. His mother, Eileen, was a dancer, and his father, Barry, sold whatever he could. Jewelry that dulled by the week, cologne that failed to match its label, watches that broke before buyers got home. Survival was constant, and safety nets were non-existent. By 14, Jason was standing beside his father, learning the art of selling, reading strangers, and performing for attention. Humiliation became familiar, yet beneath it, something quietly grew, a determination to claim something that belonged entirely to him. Discovering martial arts. In the evenings after the street corners, Jason found an outlet in martial arts. Kung fu, karate, kickboxing, each discipline demanded repetition, precision, and pain. He welcomed them all. The dojo became a sanctuary where poverty mattered little and effort was everything. The chaos of his life outside was silence behind the walls of the gym. Martial arts taught discipline, control, and focus. It was more than a skill. It was a way to survive emotionally and physically. Through it, Jason began to understand that mastery required sacrifice, that the lessons learned in struggle were transferable to every corner of life he would later confront. The diving dream. At 15, Jason discovered a rare gift, fearlessness in the air and natural grace while falling. He joined the British National Diving Squad, finding a dream that belonged entirely to him. For 12 years, he gave himself to it completely. Early mornings, late nights, and weekends were devoted to perfecting rotations and understanding his body's geometry in flight. He represented England at the 1990 Commonwealth Games and finished 12th at the 1992 World Championships. Twice he reached the edge of Olympic qualification, only to fall short. The dream never arrived, but the lessons endured, forming a foundation of resilience that would define him. The weight of disappointment. The missed Olympic podiums left a scar. 12 years of relentless training, sacrifices, and dreams concluded with disappointment. Jason admitted years later that the feeling still lingered, a stone in his chest. Yet the diver in him refused to give up entirely. The failure was not wasted. Every rotation, every early morning, every ache and bruise became part of a larger preparation. When the Olympic dream died, Jason returned to familiar territory. The streets, the hustle, the survival game he had learned from his father. Ironically, the skill of selling counterfeit goods honed patience, observation, and performance under pressure, unknowingly preparing him for what was coming. Modeling a new stage. Jason's life took a turn when sports promotions noticed him at the Crystal Palace National Sports Center. His precise movements, chiseled build, and striking features attracted brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Levi's, and French Connection. By 1997, he was on billboards across London, yet by night he still hustled on street corners. Jason described it later as a continuation of his father's craft, street theater and survival. The world saw a polished commercial image, but behind it was the boy who had learned to fight for every coin. Even as fame appeared, he remained grounded, shaped by lessons of poverty and persistence. A diver's skill saves. During filming in the Black Sea, a truck scene went catastrophically wrong. Jason found himself trapped 60 feet underwater, alone in darkness. The discipline and fearlessness cultivated through years of diving became his lifeline. He navigated the sinking vehicle, survived, and emerged unscathed, immediately ready to continue filming. There was no dramatics, no breakdown, only a quiet execution of skill under pressure. Sylvester Stallone later remarked that without his diving background, Jason would not have survived. What once felt like failure, the end of a diving career, became the very thing that saved his life, proving the long-term value of discipline and resilience. Transformation through pain. Jason emerged from the Black Sea changed, not softened but confirmed. From the cold street corners to the depths of the ocean, every struggle had built him into a man capable of facing anything. The failed Olympics, early poverty, injuries, broken relationships, all became fuel for transformation. Each hardship had contributed to a foundation of endurance, grit, and precision. His career in action cinema, marked by punishing stunts, reflected this preparation. Every fracture, bruise, and early morning reinforced a philosophy: nothing wasted, everything applied. The boy who survived by selling fake perfume had become a man who survived Hollywood on his own terms. Love and family. In 2010, Jason met Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, a Victoria's Secret model. Their connection was simple and authentic. She loved the man who remembered poverty and struggle, not the action star on screen. In 2016, he proposed. In 2017, their son Jack Oscar was born, followed by daughter Isabella in 2022. Parenthood introduced challenges Jason had never faced. Being present, teaching his son to swim, sharing meals. These required patience, focus, and discipline of a new kind. Yet he approached them as he had his entire life, with attention, dedication, and gratitude, applying the lessons of survival and transformation to the quieter, most meaningful work of all. Hollywood success. Jason's career flourished. Hobbs & Shaw earned $13 million in 2019. The Meg grossed $530 million worldwide, and The Beekeeper added another $15 million in 2024. Films bearing his name have accumulated over $8 billion globally, cementing him as one of Hollywood's most reliable action stars. Yet Jason values quieter achievements, advocating for stunt performers, supporting charities like Together for Short Lives, and maintaining the physical discipline that saved his life. Fame and money are secondary to the principles that shaped him: resilience, skill, and commitment to excellence, both in work and life. Legacy of discipline. Jason trains 6 days a week not for vanity, but because discipline sustains him. Applause fades, trophies gather dust, but the lessons of survival remain. The hardships that shaped him, the street corners, failed Olympic dreams, physical punishment, endure. They inform every decision, every action, and every relationship. The life he built from poverty and disappointment serves as a testament. The skill that felt like failure, the lesson learned in struggle, is often what carries a person through the most perilous moments. It's a reminder that discipline and resilience are lifelong investments. Keep diving. Jason Statham's story is a lesson in transformation. The Olympic podium never came, yet $8 billion in global recognition followed. The diving career that seemed a disappointment became a life-saving skill. Poverty that shamed him became motivation. Injuries and heartbreak became character. His story is a reminder: keep diving. Even when the water is dark, the surface distant, and voices say the dream is over, persistence and skill endure. What feels like failure today may be the foundation for tomorrow's survival, success, and transformation. Keep moving forward.